Mr. Average Hockeyfan here, and today I'm here to discuss the playoffs, who I think is going to make the playoffs, and what two teams I think are going to make the finals, and what kind of damage I think they're going to do. Coming off a live night last night, I sat up and watched the Habs lose to Minnesota, and then after that I watched UFC, so I didn't go to bed till about 2, and I'm just getting up on the go, so I'm winging this video. I had a good thought about it last night, and I was like, you know what, I'd like to discuss playoffs, and if anybody wants to comment, they can, feel free, I'll reply if I see it or I get the time. Love discussing hockey, that's my thing for sure. But these are the teams who I think are going to make the playoffs this year, 2018-2019 season. Whether you agree or not, it's up to you. Drop a like if you can. In the Pacific Division in the West, I have Calgary finishing first, San Jose finishing directly behind them, probably a point or two, and Vegas getting in there for sure. Vegas should get in there for sure, especially with Pacioretty. Like, man, he's an awesome goal scorer. He gets healthy. He gets it going. That guy's streaky as hell. He could score you 10, 20 down the stretch for sure. And they got a great goalie, Marc-Andre Fleury. So underrated, in my opinion. Definitely up there with, like, the Prices and Bobrovskis. And I don't hear him mentioned, like, he only when the playoffs come around. Like, I don't hear him mentioned like those guys are. But, man, he's sick. He, like, got the most wins, most shutouts. He's a great goalie. Great. And, yeah, I love him. But in my Central Division, I got Nashville finishing first. I got Colorado finishing probably a couple points behind them, and Winnipeg right behind Colorado. It'll be a toss-up, in my opinion, between Winnipeg and Colorado for that second and third spot. Could go either way. Who knows? You know you want the home ice advantage for sure. And for my wild cards, I got Minnesota with the first wild card, and my second wild card may surprise some people, but I honestly think a player like Connor McDavid, he's made for the playoffs. He's going to do everything he can to get his team into the playoffs, and with a good coach behind him and a couple of defensive pickups that should help him, Edmonton should be able to get in there. I have a feeling the last 15, 20 games, you're going to hear about Edmonton being really hot. They're going to probably win 12 or 13 out of the last 20. That's just what I feel. I think they're going to sneak in. They're going to steal that second wild card spot. They're going to get into the playoffs. Hopefully play Calgary at some point, and then we'll have some things to talk about for sure. My East picks, I got, of course, is so obvious in the Atlantic. Tampa Bay, first place. Toronto right behind Tampa Bay, because I got a feeling Toronto's going to pick it up down the end. Tampa cannot stay this hot. Like, no team can stay this hot. It's unbelievable how good they are. And Boston finishing third behind him. I hate to say it, but I got a feeling Boston's going to be in that top three. In my Metro, I got Pittsburgh finishing first. Right behind Pittsburgh, I got Columbus. I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, you should pick Washington. There's no way. Washington's probably going to get first. Washington has been up and down, but lately they've been red hot, and I have a feeling they're going to cool down the stretch. They've been beating their players up a lot. They've been playing really hard. I've watched a few of their games for sure. They're always going at it. Kuznetsov's a beast, but I got a feeling they're going to get that third spot. Columbus is going to sneak ahead of them, get that home ice advantage, get that second spot. That's just my opinion. You can agree to disagree, but that's just how I see it. Washington could be a whole different beast in the playoffs, too, so that means nothing. Look what they did to Columbus last year. As for my wild cards, my first wild card has to go to New York Islanders. I'd love to give it to my team, Montreal, but the Islanders totally deserve it with new management to Lamoriello, a great coach like Trotz, all their young rookies going. Barzell hot as hell in the past 10 games. Their goalie playing really good. You got to give that first wild card to New York if they don't even sneak up and take that third place from Boston maybe. And the second wild card is definitely going to have to go to my Habs. There's no way I'm picking Buffalo in hell to pass Habs in anything. I don't have any faith in Buffalo whatsoever, whether they're going against the Habs or not. I have zero faith in Buffalo. Until these young players truly develop, especially with Eichel out, and their goaltending is questionable, I have zero faith in Buffalo. I don't think they're going to do anything. Could be wrong, just my opinion. And as for my Cup final, I'd have to go for sure with Tampa Bay in the East. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And I'd like to see Winnipeg in the final, but I have a feeling this year, I don't know why, but Calgary is going to be in the final this year. I have a feeling Calgary is just going to smoke people in the playoffs. They got that gritty team. They got that hungry team. They just missed last year after playing so good, like up to like the last 20 games. They were so good. And I have a feeling Calgary is going to get it done. But I don't think they're going to win the Cup. If they go up, when they go up against Tampa, if they go up against Tampa, Tampa should smoke them. Tampa's going to fly through this playoffs. I have a feeling they've been known as chokers before, but not really. They've done some damage in the playoffs. They've been to a final. They've been to Eastern's finals. They've been as close as you can get without winning it. And I got a feeling this is the year for sure. Vasilevsky's, he's really reached his potential. He's red hot, especially when healthy. He had a little bit of injury problems this year, but he's red hot even with his return. And their players, man, like Braden Point is killing it. Hedman, hate to say it, Sergachev is pretty good. I still think Drouin's better. I still think we won that trade no matter what anybody says. I will always say I would rather have Jonathan Drouin than Mikhail Sergachev. Always, especially what I've seen from Sergachev in Montreal. He didn't look that great in the 6 or 7 starts he had. But yeah, those are my picks for the final. And as for my Conn Smythe winner, I'd have to go with like Braden Point. I got a feeling a guy like that's going to be red hot in the playoffs, going to be great. And those are my picks. Anyways, boss, hopefully you liked the video. If you did, like and subscribe. Go Habs, go.